As we have finished with our non-chordates, we'll start with the phylum Chordata. Now, what are the salient features of the phylum Chordates? As you can see, in the chordates, the notochord is present. Yes, and we have seen this previously. And they show the presence of a central nervous system, which is dorsal, hollow, and single. The pharynx shows the presence of perforated gill slits, at least during some stage of their life. The heart is ventral in position, and the post-anal tail is present in most of the chordates. The phylum chordates further is divided into two groups. That is the the protochordates and urochordates. Now then, who are these protochordates? They are the ones who show the presence of a notochord at least during some stage of their life. Like, for example, urochordata shows the presence of the notochord in their tail. During which stage? During the larval stage. So the larval stages show the presence of a notochord. But as it changes into an adult, the notochord is absent. So the adult urochordate, the notochord is absent. Whereas in cephalochordata, they show the presence of a notochord throughout their life, and the notochord also extends in the cephalic region, that is the head region. That is why they are called as cephalochordata. So in the case of urochordate, uro means the tail region. As you can see, they are showing retrogressive metamorphosis, where normally what we see is that the larva is changing into the adult, and the adult is better than the larva. But here, the larva is showing a characteristic better than the adult. So rather than progressive, it is retrogressive metamorphosis. Now, urochordata, that is called the true chordates, they are the ones in which the notochord is replaced by the vertebral column. Ab, they are divided into two groups, that is agnatha and gnathostomata. Agnatha means without jaws, and they have only one class, that is cyclostomata. Gnathostomata, that is with jaws. They have two classes, that is they have two gnathostomata have two superclasses. One is Pisces, the other is Tetrapoda. Pisces matlab fishes, which includes the cartilaginous fishes, that is chondrich thighs, and the bony fishes, that is ostrich thighs. Whereas the tetrapods, they show the presence of four classes, as we have seen in our regular lectures: amphibians, reptilia, aves, and mammalia. Now, going back to the protochordates, which includes urochordata and cephalochordata. So they are those groups which show the presence of a notochord. They don't show the presence of a vertebral column. In the case of urochordates, the notochord is present in the tail of the larva, और उनका जो habitat है वो है exclusively marine. They are found only in the marine habitat. So they're exclusively marine. उनका दूसरा नाम है ट्यूनिकेट्स या ट्यूनिकेटा, because their body is covered by a covering which is called tunicin, like a jacket. उसको टेस्ट भी कहते हैं. ओके, एंड इसीलिए उनका नाम है ट्यूनिकेट्स. दे शो open circulation, and their examples include Acidia, Doliolum, and Salpa. Acidia, Doliolum, and Salpa. Compare them with the cephalochordates, where the notochord is persistent throughout the life. मतलब लार्वल स्टेज एंड अडल्ट स्टेज दोनों में नोटोकॉर्ड प्रेजेंट है, और वो एक्सटेंड होता है फ्रॉम द हेड अप टू द टेल रीजन. क्लोज सर्कुलेशन है. ओके, इसमें एक एग्जांपल है जिसको बोलते हैं लैंसलेट्स. ओके, व्हिच इज पॉइंटेड एट बोथ द एंड्स, एक भाले के जैसा. सो दैट इज व्हाई दे कॉल्ड लैंसलेट्स. ओके, and their examples, the two examples that you remember is branchiostoma and amphioxus. Branchiostoma and amphioxus. तो हमारे पास एक शॉर्ट ट्रिक है दोनों को साथ में याद रखने की. साडू की कैब, S for salpa, A is acidia, D is doliolum. Okay. U, they're included in Urochordata. Cab, cephalochordata में आएगा. A, amphioxus. B, branchiostoma. Now, ये था प्रोटोकॉर्डेट्स. अब हम बात कर रहे हैं यूरोकॉर्डेट्स की. यूरोकॉर्डेट्स में you have got without jaws, with jaws. With jaws is agnatha. Without jaws is agnatha. With jaws is gnathostomata. Okay. अग्नाथा में गोल मुंह वाले साइक्लोस्टोमाटा. साइक्लोस गोल स्टोमाटा मुंह वाले. ओके. इनकी एक खासियत है कि ऑल ऑफ देम आर एक्टोपैरासाइट्स ऑन whom लार्ज फिशेस. ओके. मतलब वो अपना जो न्यूट्रिशन है फिशेस में से डिराइव करते हैं. ओके. एंड इसीलिए इनके पास सकिंग एंड सर्कुलर माउथ होता है विदाउट जॉज. ओके. so this is one feature that they show which is opposite to that of you can say the Pisces. Okay. Pisces जो होते हैं फिशेस होते हैं उनके पास जॉज होते हैं. इनके पास विदाउट जॉज है. ये दिखने में देखो ये फिश जैसा ही दिखता है लेकिन कुछ ऐसे फीचर्स है जो उनको फिश से अलग करते हैं. उसमें से ये वाला एक फीचर है कि उनके पास जॉज नहीं होते. ओके. नाउ अनदर थिंग, scales and paired fins are absent. Okay. Their body does not show the presence of scales. Okay. एंड देखिए फिन्स तो है. जैसे ये देखो डॉर्सल फिन है लेकिन पेयर्ड फिन्स नहीं है. दे डोंट शो द प्रेजेंस ऑफ पेयर्ड फिन्स. जैसे फिशेस में यू विल हैव ये एक ऐसा यहाँ पे एक होगा पेक्टोरल फिन, दूसरे बाजू में भी एक फिन होगा. तो हम लोग क्या कहेंगे अभी ये फिन्स क्या है पेयर्ड जोड़ी में है. तो इनके जो फिन्स होते हैं ये जोड़ी में नहीं होते. ओके. सो दैट इज व्हाई पेयर्ड फिन्स आर एब्सेंट. तो ये दो फीचर्स हैं. ये वाला जो मैंने अभी हाईलाइट किया और ये दूसरा वाला ये जो मैंने हाईलाइट किया और ये तीसरा वाला ये जो मैंने हाईलाइट किया. ये कुछ ऐसे फीचर्स है जो इनके पाइसेस जैसे नहीं है. ओके. अदर देन दैट they show the presence of gill slits which help them in respiration. 6 to 15 pairs of gill slits are present. Okay. One more specialty is their notochord is replaced by a vertebral column, and their vertebral column and the cranium, that is the brain box, both are cartilaginous. And they show which type of circulation? Closed circulation. Cyclostomes, they show anadromous migration. Anadromous migration. Okay. मतलब marine fresh water, they move from marine water, fresh water to lay eggs, and after spawning they will die. Larvae will metamorphose in the ocean and they'll okay grow and they'll come back to the uh, fresh waters to lay the eggs. इसके एग्जाम्पल में आएगा one is petromyzon, that is lamprey, and the other is mycene, that is hagfish. So the examples of cyclostomata, they include petromyzon, that is lamprey, and mycene, that is hagfish. Now moving further, we are talking about the next group. Okay. That will include the superclass tetrapoda, and tetrapoda will include aram, that is amphibia, reptilia, aves, and mammalia. So dear students, ये जो डिटेल कैरेक्टर्स है ये हमको नहीं करनी है ब्रीफ सिनॉप्सिस में. ओके. एंड no need to do this other vertebrae also. And with respect to the heart and what are the different types of hearts that they show, we will be doing them individually as we talk about these different phyla. Okay. So टेट्रापोडा में। अच्छा, one more thing, we have just finished with cyclostomata. Here the next group includes two superclasses. One is superclass Pisces, and the other is superclass Tetrapoda. Right? Superclass Tetrapoda will have Aram, Amphibia, Reptilia, Aves, and Mammalia. Superclass Pisces will have two classes, ostrich thighs and contrach thighs. ओके, तो अब हम करेंगे Pisces सुपर क्लास, उसके अंदर क्लास आएगा दैट इज ऑस्ट्रिच थाइज एंड कॉन्ट्रैक्ट थाइज. ओके, so these things are not needed right now here. So who are these Pisces? Okay, Pisces जिसको हम commonly कहते हैं fishes. These are aquatic and they have fins to swim. Their body is streamlined body which is covered by scales. Streamlined matlab their body is narrow anteriorly and posteriorly and it is covered by scales. They show the presence of gills for respiration and they have 10 pair of cranial nerves. Okay, now इसमें दो classes है हमारे पास. One is class chondrich thighs and the other is class ostrich thighs. In the class chondrich thighs, what are their characteristic features? These are commonly called as cartilaginous fishes, okay, because their endoskeleton is made up of cartilage. With respect to their habitat, they are marine, okay. Then their scales are small scales called placoid scales. And if you look at their body, then यहाँ पे gill slits होंगे. And this gill slits does not have any dhakkan over it, which is called operculum. So they have 5 to 7 pairs of gills without any operculum. Mouth is ventral. So this is a fish. The mouth is on the ventral side. Okay. Sexes are separate. Males have pelvic fins and they have claspers. Claspers are the male reproductive organs. Okay. As a result of which their fertilization is internal and mostly they're viviparous. They give birth to young ones. यहाँ पे this feature is not to be studied here. Okay, so these are the common features of cartilaginous fish. One more thing is the air bladders are absent. इसकी वजह से उनको कंटिन्यूसली स्विम करना पड़ता है. तो एनसीईआरटी कहते हैं ये प्रेडेशियस है, इनका रिक्वायर बार ये लोग हंट करके खाते रहते हैं. ओके, इनका एनर्जी रिक्वायरमेंट भी क्या है, ज्यादा है. So chondrich thighs is cartilaginous fishes. They are mostly marine. Their mouth is ventral in position. They have 5 to 7 pairs of gill slits without operculum. The scales are small placoid scales. Air bladder absent है. Male के पास claspers है. Fertilization internal है और ज्यादा करके ये लोग viviparous होते हैं. इसके एग्जाम्पल में ट्रिक ध्यान में रखना. That is the trick is Satish Chandra PT teacher. मतलब Scoliodon, that is dogfish, pristine sawfish, Carcharodon, great white shark, Trigon, stingray, torpedo, electric ray, which has got electric organs. Okay. Then we have the next class, that is ostrich thighs. Ostrich thighs कौन है? ये bony fishes है. ये marine and fresh water दोनों environment में आपको मिलेंगे. इनके स्केल्स जो होते हैं बड़े स्केल्स है, साइक्लॉइड या टीनॉइड स्केल्स. इनका जो माउथ होता है, देखो ये वाला डायग्राम, इनका माउथ टर्मिनल एंड पे, देखो टर्मिनल एंड पे बनाया है. ओके, एयर ब्लैडर्स आर प्रेजेंट. दे शो द प्रेजेंस ऑफ 4 पेयर ऑफ गिल्स विथ operculum. यहाँ पे यू हैव 5 to 7 pairs of gills without operculum. Here the claspers are absent. Ostrich thighs में claspers are not present. Fertilization is in water, so it is external. Sexes are separate. Mostly they are oviparous. Okay, development is direct. दोनों में कॉमन फीचर क्या है? कॉमन फीचर ये है कि इनके जो हार्ट होता है इट इज 2 चेम्बर, showing single circulation. ओके, एंड दे आर पोइकिलोथर्म्स, जिसको हम बोलते हैं कोल्ड ब्लडेड एनिमल्स। एग्जाम्पल्स में आएंगे मरीन बोनी फिशेस में फ्लाइंग फिश दैट इज एक्सोसिटिस, सी हॉर्स हिप्पोकैम्पस, फ्रेश वाटर में लेबियोरोहू, कटला, क्लेरियास दैट इज मगूर, एक्वेरियम में शो के लिए जो हम लोग रखते हैं, ओके, वहां पे आप एग्जाम्पल याद रखिए, बेटा दैट इज फाइटिंग फिश, टेरोफाइलम दैट इज एंजल फिश। This was about our super class spices having two classes, that is ostrich spice and constrich spice. अब आते हैं सुपर क्लास टेट्रापोडा में, जिसमें पहला क्लास है एम्फीबिया। Who are these amphibians? They are adapted for dual life. They can live in land as well as in water. But correctly we'll say that they are able to live on land, but for fertilization they have to depend upon water. इनको टेट्रापोडा बोला है, चार पैरों वाले, मतलब दे गॉट टू पेयर्स ऑफ लिम्स, ओके, and their body is divided into mainly the two parts, that is head, and it is having a trunk, okay. Neck is absent in all, whereas most of them have a tail. Like here you see there is a tail in salamandra, but there is no tail in frog. So tail may be present, tail may be absent. एक और क्लासिकल फीचर इनका ये है कि इनका जो क्यूटेनियस रीजन है, स्किन है, it is moist and without any scales. So they don't show the presence of any exoskeleton in them. Okay. One more feature that you'll observe over here is their alimentary canal that will remove the feces, the urinary bladder that will remove the urine, reproductive tracts, that is to release the sperm and the ovum. All of them have a common opening, and that common opening is called as the cloaca. So, what's the cloaca? Cloaca is a common opening for the alimentary canal for the removal of feces, urinary tract for the removal of urine, and the reproductive tracts for the release of gametes. तो ये एक फीचर है इनका, that they show the presence of a common opening, and this common opening is called as the cloaca. The respiration is with the help of gills, skin, lungs, and the buccopharynx. Okay, so they have different types of respiratory organs as they are adapted to dual life. They can respire both on land as well as in water. Okay, तो हम superficially नहीं कहेंगे कि क्रोकोडाइल भी देखो, they can live on both land and water, but आप देखोगे तो क्रोकोडाइल क्या है, breathe only on land, मतलब only air it can breathe, it has got lungs, okay, and reproduction के लिए it goes to the land, ठीक है, टू ले द एग्स एंड ऑल दैट। बट एम्फीबियंस जो होते हैं वो सांस दोनों जगह ले सकते हैं, लैंड पे भी और वाटर पे भी। तो इनकी जो रेस्पिरेटरी स्ट्रक्चर्स है वो मल्टीपल है। गिल्स के थ्रू करते हैं वो लोग, skin, lungs, as well as buccopharynx. So they can do pulmonary respiration, they can do cutaneous respiration, okay, and buccopharyngeal and gills के through कर सकते हैं. Sexes are separate, so you have got separate male and females. Fertilization is external, पानी में. Their egg laying development can be direct or it can be indirect. Okay, I have told you what is direct and indirect development. In the case of indirect development, larval stages are seen and there is no similarity. Similarity matlab the resemblance between the young and the adult. Whereas direct development में there is a similarity, resemblance that is seen between the young ones and the adult. Example में आएगा, ये short trick से देखते हैं examples. Salman told Rana to take high fees. That is Salman, that is salamandra, salamander. Okay, told, that is toad, bufo. Rana, frog, Rana tigrina. Hyla, tree frog. And fees, fees, ichthyophes, ऐसा. Ichthyophis, that is a limbless amphibian. So Ichthyophis is an example of a limbless amphibian. Going further to the next class, and that is our class Reptilia. Okay. Why are they called reptiles? It comes from the word repere. Repere मतलब to crawl on their bellies. जैसे बचपन में हम लोग के लिम्स बहुत छोटे थे, तो हम लोग क्रॉल करते थे, रेंगते थे, तो हमारा जो बेली पार्ट था वो टच करता था ग्राउंड को। इनका रेस्पिरेशन भी ऐसी है, दे क्रीप एंड क्रॉल, दे आर मोस्टली टेरेस्टेरियन। नाउ जैसे हमने देखा था एम्फीबियन के पास एक्सोस्केलेटन नहीं था, हियर देयर बॉडी is covered by an exoskeleton that consists of a skin which is dry and cornified keratin with epidermis gives out scales या scutes। तो अगर आप देखोगे क्रोकोडाइल को तो उसका जो सरफेस होता है एकदम रफ स्क्यूट्स होती है, और the our common snake shows the presence of scales on its body. Okay, most of them will have limbs, two pairs of limbs. Exceptions are like the snake, which is the limbless one. Okay, and their eardrum, which is called tympanum, it represents their ear. Their heart is three chambered with two atria and one ventricle, except in the case of crocodiles, where the heart is four chambered. Okay, some of them, like snakes and lizards, they will shed their scales, like it is called cast. Okay, their sexes are separate, male and female. Fertilization is internal. They are oviparous, egg laying, and the development is direct, without any larval stages showing resemblance. Their examples include chelone, that is turtle, testudo, that is tortoise, chameleon, tree lizard, calots, garden lizard, crocodilus, crocodile, alligator, hemidactylus, wall lizard, naja, that is cobra, bangarus, crate, vipera, viper. इसमें से the last three are poisonous snakes. Okay, the trick is चमन अली टेस्ट है, चलो कॉल करो वीआईपी बंकर घर ना जा। Okay, तो ये थोड़े थोड़े शॉर्ट ट्रिक्स होते हैं, if you find them helpful, which you will definitely, you should use them in order to learn faster. Then we have done with amphibia, reptilia. अब next जो आता है वो आता है class aves. Okay, where their characteristic features are they show the presence of feathers. Okay, इसलिए देखो most of them can fly with the help of their wings. Okay, except few which are flightless birds, where you know ostrich, hen, like emus, they are the ones who cannot fly. In order to fly, their forelimbs, the hands, which we call, are modified into wings. Okay, and these wings help them to fly. Whereas their hind limbs have scales. Okay, and these hind limbs help them to walk, swim, and to clasp. Clasp means to hold. So hind limbs help in walking, swimming, and clasping. Their skin is dry without any glands, except some of them have oil glands at the base of the tail. Okay, इसको preen gland भी कहते हैं. Endoskeleton is bony, ossified, and their long bones are hollow with air cavities. Such bones are called pneumatic bones. इनका जो digestive system होता है, उसके पास crop and gizzard है. The crop will have to store the food, the gizzard will have to crush it. The respiration is by lungs, which is supported by air sacs. Sexes are separate, and the fertilization is internal. They are oviparous, egg laying, where the development is direct development. Their examples include crowus, crow, columba, pigeon, Cyticula, parrot, Struthio, ostrich, pavo, peacock, aptenoids, penguin, neophron, that is vulture. ट्रिक है अच्छा वाला ट्रिक है देखो सीता एंड श्रुति ने कोको कोला पिया दैट इज साइटिकुला एप्टोडोनाइट्स स्ट्रूथियो नियोफ्रॉन क्रोवस कोलंबा एंड पावो the last class is class Mammalia to which we also belong to. Where are these found? They are found almost everywhere. So we have a good acclimatization ability. We can adjust ourselves to different environments like ice cold polar caps, deserts, mountains, forests, grassland, and some of them, like these bats, they can also live in dark caves. Why are we called mammals? Because we show the presence of mammae, that is, females show the presence of functional mammary glands which produces milk. We have got two pairs of limbs, forelimbs and hind limbs, which help in walking, running, climbing, swimming, or flying. Like in the case of whales, they help in swimming. Our skin shows the presence of hairs. External ear, pinna is present, and the respiration is with the help of lungs. Sexes are separate. Fertilization is internal fertilization. Fertilization is internal fertilization. And we are viviparous. We give birth to young ones, except some like platypus, duck-billed platypus, okay, which is egg-laying. Our development is direct. The examples include Ornithorhynchus, Marcopus, Pteropus, Camelus, Macaca, Macaca, Ractus, Canis, Felis, Elephas, Equestrian, that is horse, Delphinus, Banoptera, Panthera tigris, Panthera leo.